You wake up every morning with the same routine. Brush your teeth, same breakfast, same commute, same work, same problems, same struggles. And you think to yourself, this is it? This is life? This endless loop of boring, repetitive actions that lead nowhere? I get it. You're scrolling through social media, seeing people living their dream lives while you're stuck in the same patterns. You're tired of hearing about consistency because it feels like punishment. It feels pointless. It feels like you're running on a treadmill, sweating your ass off, but getting nowhere. But what if I told you that everything you think you know about consistency is wrong? What if I told you that the most boring person in the room is usually the most dangerous? What if I told you that boring isn't your enemy? It's your secret weapon. Here's the truth that'll either wake you up or make you scroll away looking for another dopamine hit. Consistency feels boring because you've been programmed to chase excitement, but power lives in the boring. Let me paint you a picture of two people. Maybe you'll see yourself in one of them. Meet Sarah. Every Monday she's on fire. New workout plan, new diet, new morning routine, new business idea. She buys the supplements, downloads the apps, and tells everyone about her transformation. For 2 weeks, she's unstoppable. Then life happens. She gets busy, stressed, and tired. By Thursday of week 3, she's back to old habits, feeling like a failure, promising herself she'll start again next Monday. Sarah has been starting over for 3 years. She's frustrated, broke, and wondering why everyone else seems to have it figured out while she's stuck in this endless cycle of hope and disappointment. Now meet Marcus. Marcus doesn't get excited about new plans. He wakes up at 5:30 a.m. every single day. Not because he loves it, but because he promised himself he would. He does the same 20-minute workout. Not because it's fun, but because it's what someone who takes care of their body does. He reads for 15 minutes, not because he feels inspired, but because that's what someone who invests in their mind does. Marcus looks boring. His Instagram isn't inspiring. He doesn't post motivational quotes. He just shows up day after day doing the same simple things. Here's what happened after 3 years. Sarah is still explaining why she can't get her life together. Marcus owns his own business. His body is strong, his mind is sharp, and his confidence is unshakable. The difference? Marcus understood that consistency isn't about feeling motivated. It's about becoming the person who shows up regardless of how they feel. I want you to feel something for a second. Really feel it. Think about that version of yourself you promised you'd become last year. Where is that person? Think about the goals you wrote down, the promises you made, the changes you swore you'd make this time. How does it feel to be in the same place you were 12 months ago? How does it feel to explain to yourself why you're still stuck? How does it feel to watch other people live the life you want while you're still planning to start? The pain you're feeling right now, that's the compound effect of inconsistency. Every day you don't show up is a day you can't get back. Every workout you skip, every page you don't read, every hour you waste scrolling, that's your future disappearing one choice at a time. But here's what breaks my heart. You think you're not disciplined enough, not motivated enough, not strong enough. The truth is, you're just confused about what consistency actually means. Ray Kroc was 52 years old when he started McDonald's. 52. Everyone said he was crazy. You're too old, they said. The market is saturated. But Ray understood something they didn't. He didn't need to be perfect. He didn't need to be the most talented. He just needed to be the most consistent. Same systems, same standards, same obsession with excellence, every single day, in every single location. While his competitors were chasing the next big idea, Ray was perfecting the boring fundamentals. The result? He built one of the most successful businesses in history by making consistency feel inevitable. Here's what Ray Kroc knew that you're about to learn. Excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. And habits aren't built by motivation, they're built by repetition. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor named Marcus Aurelius was facing the same struggles you are. He had responsibilities, pressures, people depending on him. Some days he felt motivated. Other days he wanted to quit. Sound familiar? But Marcus discovered something that changed everything. Every morning he would write in his private journal, not when he felt inspired, but because that's what someone committed to wisdom does. He wrote about his principles, his purpose, and his commitment to becoming better. Those writings became meditations, one of the most powerful books ever written. Not because Marcus was perfect, but because he was persistent. Not because he never struggled, but because he never stopped showing up. Here's what Marcus Aurelius understood. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength isn't motivation. It's the decision to act regardless of circumstances. It's the commitment to become who you said you'd become, even when, especially when, you don't feel like it. Benjamin Franklin was nobody special at 20, son of a candle maker, limited education, no connections. But he created something called his 13 virtues, qualities he wanted to develop. Every single day he would focus on one virtue and track his progress. People thought it was obsessive. Franklin knew it was transformative. This boring daily practice didn't just change his habits, it changed his identity. The man who tracked virtues became the man who helped found America, invented the lightning rod, and became one of history's most influential people. The secret? Franklin understood that you don't become successful and then develop good habits. You develop good habits and then become successful. But here's the beautiful part. Franklin wasn't perfect. He failed constantly. But he kept coming back. He kept showing up. He kept voting for the person he wanted to become. That's the hope I want to give you right now. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be persistent. Now I'm going to share something that will change how you think about consistency forever. It's not about changing what you do. It's about changing who you are. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Every time you choose the gym over the couch, you're voting for, I am someone who is strong. Every time you read instead of scroll, you're voting for, I am someone who grows. Every time you save money instead of spending it, you're voting for, I am someone who thinks long term. But here's the part that will set you free. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you're not just failing at a task. You're voting against the person you want to become. When you hit snooze instead of getting up early, you're voting for, I am someone who can't be trusted. When you eat junk instead of healthy food, you're voting for, I am someone who doesn't value their body. When you waste time instead of working on your goals, you're voting for, I am someone who chooses comfort over growth. The person you become is determined by how you vote every single day. And here's the beautiful truth. You get to vote again right now, regardless of how you voted yesterday. Muhammad Ali didn't become great in the ring. He became great in his mind first. Long before he was champion, he was saying, I am the greatest. People thought he was arrogant, But Ali understood that you have to see it in your identity before you can hold it in your hands. Every day, he trained not just his body, but his self-image. He saw himself as the greatest, so he acted like the greatest, so he became the greatest. The consistency of his identity created the consistency of his actions. Sarah Blakely had an idea: cut the feet off pantyhose. For 2 years, every manufacturer said no. For 2 years, she heard rejection every single day. What kept her going? She didn't see herself as someone trying to start a business. She saw herself as an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs don't quit when things get hard. That identity, that boring daily commitment to seeing herself differently, created Spanx, a billion-dollar company. Not because she was the most talented, but because she was the most consistent with her identity. Here's what I want you to understand. You are not stuck with the person you were yesterday. Every moment, you get to vote for who you want to become. All right, let's get real. Let's talk about how to actually build consistency when your motivation is dead, your willpower is weak, and life keeps kicking you in the teeth. Step 1. Choose your identity. First, stop setting goals. Start choosing identities. Don't say, I want to lose 20 pounds. Say, I want to become someone who takes care of their body. Don't say, I want to make more money. Say, I want to become someone who creates value. Don't say, I want to be successful. Say, I want to become someone who does what they say they'll do. Why? Because goals are about what you want to achieve. Identity is about who you want to become. And who you become determines what you achieve. Step 2. Start embarrassingly small. Here's where most people mess up. They try to change everything at once. They commit to working out for an hour when they haven't exercised in months. They promise to read for 30 minutes when they haven't picked up a book in years. Start so small, it's impossible to fail. Want to become someone who exercises? Do 1 push-up, not 10, 1. Want to become someone who reads? Read 1 page, not a chapter, 1 page. Want to become someone who meditates? Take 3 deep breaths. The goal isn't the action. The goal is proving to yourself that you're the type of person who keeps their word. Step 3. Stack your success. Don't create new habits from scratch. Attach them to things you already do. Jerry Seinfeld understood this. Every day he would write jokes, not when inspired, just every day. He had a calendar, and every day he wrote, he put a big red X. His only job was to not break the chain. You already brush your teeth? Do 1 push-up after. You already drink coffee? Read 1 page while it brews. You already check your phone when you wake up? Take 3 breaths first. Step 4. Design your environment. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you want to eat healthy, remove junk food from your house. If you want to read more, put books where you can see them. If you want to work out, lay out your gym clothes the night before. Make good choices easier and bad choices harder. Your future self will thank you. Step 5. Track and celebrate. Every day you vote for your new identity, mark it down. Every day you show up when you don't feel like it, acknowledge it. This isn't about being perfect. This is about building evidence that you are who you say you are. Here's the part that will blow your mind. Small daily actions compound into massive results, but not the way you think. If you read just 10 pages every day, in 1 year you'll read 12 books. In 5 years, that's 60 books. Do you know what reading 60 books will do to your mind? It will make you a completely different person. If you do 10 push-ups every day in 1 year, you'll have done 3,650 push-ups. That's like doing 365 days of exercise in concentrated form. But here's the real magic. The compound effect doesn't just work on your actions, it works on your character. Every day you keep your word to yourself, you become more trustworthy. Every day you choose long-term over short-term, you become more mature. Every day you show up when you don't feel like it, you become more disciplined. Warren Buffett started investing at 11 years old, not because he was a genius, but because he understood compound interest. He once said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." That tree is your daily consistency. The shade is the life you'll live because of choices you make today. Maya Angelou wrote every single day, even when she had nothing to say, even when the words wouldn't come. She would rent a hotel room and write for 6 hours every day. Not because she felt like a writer, because writers write. The identity followed the action, not the other way around. And that daily commitment to showing up created one of the most powerful literary legacies in history. Here's what all these people understood. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You just have to trust that the staircase is there. We're at the moment of truth. Right here, right now. You have a choice that will determine the next decade of your life. You can choose to keep living like most people. Keep looking for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect feeling. Keep starting and stopping, hoping and quitting, dreaming and doing nothing. Keep being inconsistent and wondering why your life isn't changing. Or you can choose to become dangerous. You can choose to be so boring that you become unstoppable. You can choose to build your future one small action at a time. You can choose to become the person who does what they say they're going to do. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be hard. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be weeks when you don't see progress. There will be months when you question if it's worth it. But I've seen this transformation happen. I've watched ordinary people become extraordinary through the power of daily consistency. I've seen broken people become whole, weak people become strong, lost people find their way. The power is already inside you. The ability is already there. The only question is, will you use it? Your future self is watching you right now. They're hoping you make the right choice. They're counting on you to start today. They're depending on you to keep going when it gets hard. Don't let them down. If something inside you is screaming for change, if you're tired of being inconsistent with your own dreams, if you're ready to discover that boring is where power begins, here's exactly what you're going to do right now. Step 1. Choose one identity. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, right now. Maybe it's, I am someone who takes care of their body. Maybe it's, I am someone who invests in their mind. Maybe it's, I am someone who builds their future. Write it down, say it out loud, claim it. Step 2. Choose one tiny action that proves that identity. Something so small you can't fail. Something you can do in 2 minutes or less. If your identity is health, maybe it's drinking 1 glass of water. If it's growth, maybe it's reading 1 page. If it's success, maybe it's writing down 1 goal. Make it ridiculously small, but absolutely non-negotiable. Step 3. Do it today. Right after you finish watching this video. Don't think about it. Don't plan it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just do it. Then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. For the next 30 days, this tiny action becomes sacred. It becomes who you are. Step 4. Track it. Get a calendar, a journal, or just use your phone. Every day you complete your tiny action, mark it down. Watch your chain grow. Protect that chain like your future depends on it, because it does. Here's my challenge to you. If this message hit you where you needed to be hit, if you felt something shift inside you, if you're ready to stop being all talk and start being all action, then prove it. Smash that like button right now. Hit subscribe to Zen Voice, because we're not just watching motivational content here. We're building a movement of people who understand that consistency isn't punishment, it's power. But most importantly, drop a comment and make it public. Tell me, what identity are you choosing? What tiny action will prove it? When you write it down and put it out there, you're not just making a promise to yourself, you're making it to this entire community. And we're going to hold you accountable. Look, I've seen thousands of people watch videos like this. Most will nod their heads, feel inspired for 5 minutes, then do absolutely nothing. Don't be most people. Be the one who actually takes action. Be the one who chooses boring over exciting, process over results, consistency over motivation. Remember, everyone wants to be great until it's time to do the boring work that makes greatness inevitable. Everyone talks about change until it's time to actually change. The most boring person in the room is usually the most dangerous. And that person can be you. That person will be you. That person starts today. Your future self is watching you right now. They're not hoping you'll change. They're counting on it. They're not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to be persistent. They're not waiting for you to feel ready. They're waiting for you to start anyway. The moment you stop watching and start doing is the moment your life changes forever. So what are you waiting for? Stop watching. Start becoming. Your transformation begins now.